Welcome to Mind Mechanics Lab, where we decode the most fascinating stories from history, science, and the world around us. Today's discovery will change how you see things. Let's dive in. April 15th, 1912. The North Atlantic? A frigid, moonless night. A vessel of unprecedented luxury and engineering, heralded as virtually unsinkable, was on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. This was the RMS Titanic, a marvel built by the White Star Line, carrying some of the wealthiest people in the world, alongside hundreds seeking new lives in America. For years, the legend of the Titanic has captivated us. A story of human ambition, hubris, and an unthinkable disaster. But what if the sinking of the Titanic wasn't just a tragic accident? A freak encounter with an iceberg? What if the real reasons for its demise were deeply embedded in its very design, the competitive spirit of its era, and the regulations that governed maritime safety? This isn't just a story about a ship. It's a profound look into the decisions, both grand and minute, that sealed its fate. The Titanic was indeed equipped with advanced safety features like watertight compartments and remotely activated watertight doors, earning it that unsinkable reputation. Yet, in the early hours of that fateful morning, this symbol of human achievement would succumb to the ocean, taking approximately 2,500 souls with it. This was the second time White Star Line had lost a ship on its maiden voyage, a little-known fact that hints at underlying issues. We're going to decode the true confluence of factors that led to one of history's most enduring maritime tragedies. To understand the Titanic's vulnerabilities, we must first journey back to the fierce transatlantic competition of the early 20th century. In 1907, White Star Line's chairman, J. Bruce Ismay, met with American financier J.P. Morgan, who controlled White Star's parent company, International Mercantile Marine Cruise, or IMM. Their rivals, notably the Cunard Line, had recently launched the Lusitania and Mauretania, the fastest passenger ships then in service. These Cunard liners, aided by the British Admiralty, were symbols of speed and national pride. White Star Line, however, chose a different strategy. Instead of competing on speed, Ismay proposed an entirely new class of liners, far larger and more luxurious than anything seen before. These would be the Olympic-class ships, the Olympic, the Titanic, and later, the Britannic. The goal wasn't to break speed records, but to offer unparalleled comfort and opulence, a floating palace designed to redefine ocean travel. This emphasis on sheer size and extravagant amenities, while immensely appealing to passengers, subtly shifted priorities during the design and construction phases. Harland and Wolff, the Belfast shipbuilder, with a long-standing relationship with White Star, was given considerable latitude. Cost considerations were a relatively low priority. The agreement for the first two ships, Olympic and Titanic, was $3 million, plus a 5% profit margin. This commitment to grandeur, while creating a magnificent vessel, also set the stage for compromises that would later prove fatal. The construction of the Titanic was a monumental undertaking, spearheaded by the renowned Belfast shipbuilder, Harland and Wolff. They had a long-established relationship with the White Star Line, giving them significant creative freedom. The lead designer for the Olympic-class ships was Thomas Andrews Jr., the chief naval architect, a man whose expertise instilled immense confidence. The Titanic was, by many measures, a technological marvel of its time. Its first-class accommodations were indeed the pinnacle of comfort and luxury, boasting a gymnasium, a swimming pool, lavish smoking rooms, and fine restaurants. Passengers could even enjoy a Victorian-style Turkish bath or send messages via a high-powered radio telegraph transmitter. But beyond the extravagance, the ship was also equipped with what were considered advanced safety features, a series of watertight compartments, and remotely activated watertight doors. These innovations were largely responsible for the widespread belief that the Titanic was virtually unsinkable. The idea was that even if several compartments flooded, the integrity of the ship would be maintained. Captain Edward John Smith, a highly respected veteran of the White Star Line, was at the helm, adding to the sense of security. Tragically, both Thomas Andrews Jr. and Captain Smith would go down with their ship, a testament to their commitment. White Star Line's chairman, J. Bruce Ismay, however, survived in a lifeboat. This perception of invincibility, though rooted in genuine engineering advancements, blinded many to a critical underlying vulnerability. Despite its reputation and advanced features, the Titanic harbored a glaring, fatal flaw: its lifeboat capacity. This wasn't a secret, but a consequence of outdated regulations. The ship was equipped with 16 lifeboat davits, each capable of lowering 3 lifeboats, meaning it technically had the capacity for 48 boats. Yet it only carried 20 lifeboats in total. These included 14 regular lifeboats, 2 cutter lifeboats, and 4 collapsible boats, which proved notoriously difficult to prepare for launch amidst the chaos of the sinking. Here's the shocking truth. These 20 lifeboats combined could only hold 178 people. This number was roughly half the number of passengers on board that night, and a mere third of the ship's full capacity. How could a vessel so grand, so modern, be so woefully unprepared for a full evacuation? The answer lies in the British Board of Trade's regulations of the era. They dictated that a ship of 10,000 tons only required 14 lifeboats. The Titanic, a colossal 46,328-ton vessel, technically carried 6 more than the standard, providing room for 338 more people than legally mandated. This adherence to minimum, outdated standards, rather than actual passenger capacity, was a critical miscalculation. The belief in the ship's unsinkability fostered a complacency that allowed such a dangerous oversight to persist, turning a potential safety net into a tragic symbol of inadequacy as the Titanic surged across the North Atlantic on that cold April night. Its magnificent journey was about to collide with a stark reality. The ship was traveling at a considerable speed, pushing towards its destination. Then, in the dark, icy waters, came the inevitable: a colossal iceberg. The collision, initially described by some survivors as a mere shudder, quickly revealed its devastating truth. The impact, though perhaps not immediately alarming to all passengers, tore open the ship's hull. It was Chief Naval Architect Thomas Andrews Jr. who swiftly grasped the true gravity of the situation. After a rapid inspection, his assessment was chillingly precise. The ship was mortally wounded. The watertight compartments, once hailed as a guarantee of safety, were compromised. Multiple compartments were breached, far exceeding what the ship was designed to withstand. This wasn't merely a minor leak, it was a catastrophic failure of the very system intended to prevent sinking. Andrews informed Captain Smith that the ship had only a matter of hours, perhaps 2 or 3, before succumbing to the ocean. This immediate, stark realization transformed the atmosphere from one of luxurious complacency to one of desperate urgency. The unsinkable dream was rapidly dissolving into a nightmare, and the critical flaw in its emergency provisions was about to be laid bare for the entire world to witness. The time for prevention was over. The desperate struggle for survival had begun. With the devastating truth revealed, the order to evacuate was given, but chaos quickly ensued. The luxury liner, designed for comfort, proved entirely unprepared for a swift, orderly emergency. The process of lowering the lifeboats, meant to be a lifeline, became a desperate struggle against time, inexperience, and panic. Compounding the problem of insufficient boats was the desperate reality of their launch. Many lifeboats, particularly the 4 collapsible ones, proved incredibly difficult to prepare and deploy amidst the rapidly unfolding disaster. Imagine the scene. Crew members struggling with unfamiliar equipment, the ship listing, and the freezing water inching closer. This contributed significantly to the tragic statistic that the lifeboats that were successfully lowered were, on average, carrying only 60% of their rated capacity. Precious space, enough to save hundreds more lives, went unfilled. Some boats left with only a handful of people, while others were desperately overcrowded in the lower decks. The sheer scale of the disaster, coupled with the lack of preparedness for such a mass evacuation, meant that the very mechanisms intended to save lives became part of the tragedy. The lifeboats, capable of holding 178 people, could have saved more than the estimated 700 who survived, highlighting the profound human element in this unfolding catastrophe. It was a harrowing testament to how even the best intentions can be undermined by a cascade of systemic failures. As the final moments of the Titanic unfolded, the ship's magnificent structure gave way to the relentless power of the ocean. The bow plunged deeper, the stern rose high, and then, with an agonizing groan of tearing metal, the grand vessel broke apart. What followed was a desperate, terrifying struggle for survival in the frigid North Atlantic waters. Of the 2,208 passengers and crew aboard, approximately 2,500 people died. This staggering loss of life makes the Titanic incident one of the deadliest peacetime sinkings of a single ship in history. Among the casualties were the ship's revered Captain Edward John Smith and its chief naval architect, Thomas Andrews Jr., both of whom bravely stayed with their creation. In stark contrast, White Star Line's chairman, J. Bruce Ismay, managed to secure a spot in a lifeboat and survived, a fact that would forever haunt his public image. The Titanic carried a microcosm of society, from the wealthiest individuals seeking luxury to hundreds of immigrants from the British Isles, Scandinavia, and other parts of Europe, all seeking new lives in the United States and Canada. Their dreams, their hopes, and their lives were extinguished in the icy grip of the Atlantic. The scale of this human tragedy was immense, and the world watched in horror as the Unsinkable sank, exposing not just the vulnerability of a ship, but the profound human cost of complacency and systemic failure. The impact of this disaster would reverberate for decades, demanding change. The sinking of the Titanic drew unprecedented public attention and catalyzed profound changes in maritime safety regulations across the globe. The disaster exposed the critical flaws in existing laws, particularly regarding lifeboat capacity, training, and communication. In the wake of the tragedy, the first International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, known as SOLAS, was convened in 1914. This convention established comprehensive new rules, including requirements for every ship to carry enough lifeboats for all persons on board, 24-hour radio watches, and international ice patrols. The shocking loss of life from the wealthiest to the poorest transcended social strata and forced a reevaluation of priorities. The Titanic's legacy is not just one of tragedy, but of transformation. It became a powerful, enduring symbol in popular culture, a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the most advanced technology can be undone by human oversight and flawed systems. The real reason the Titanic sank wasn't just an iceberg. It was a complex interplay of competitive ambition that prioritized grandeur over comprehensive safety, outdated regulations, and the catastrophic failure to prepare for the unthinkable. The lessons painfully learned from that frigid April night continue to safeguard countless lives on the oceans today, making the Titanic a monument to progress forged from disaster. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button. New discoveries every Tuesday and Friday. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring.